We're trying to be so
Hello
fancy
and
and
welcome to
shit.
the Cut Fandom podcast where we talk about whatever we like, be it movies, TVs, comics, whatever. I'm Victor, and we have our other host.
Hi, I'm Robert. Sorry about the opening. It's just we just got caught off guard with the timer.
Yeah, we're still getting used to this, but that's okay.
Yeah, growing pain still, man.
Yeah. Anyway, today we're continuing our coverage of Toy Fair 2025. And
Indeed.
last time we left off on Motu or Masters of the Universe. And we're going to continue with whatever the next topic is, which is Rob.
It's GI Joe. We saw some great stuff on it,
Mhm.
like that we want to touch on, especially like the cold slither stuff, as well as the. Let me see. Let me look at my notes for a quick second. Cold slither, uh, and the snake armor suit, as well as that snake eyes and polar bear combo.
Yeah.
So let me just take a look at the. Let's see. How do we? Still learning how to use this program. So share screen. Okay. So we're going to be going to histank.com and just look at all the stuff they got there, like that snake armor art.
Yeah.
So
I think it's
I'll
pretty
just,
cool.
right.
Oh, okay.
Well,
We've
let's
got the
go with
cold
this first.
filler set.
Yes. So I forgot the details. Is this a San Diego Comic Con set?
Yeah, it's a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. They haven't announced the price as far as I know.
Hmm.
But that is the box that they come in,
Right.
and it's I think it's also supposed to serve as like a backdrop or a stage for Cold Slither, which is kind of cool if you ask me.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, when it comes to San Diego exclusives, they really. I think the best part about these exclusives is the box sets, like the
Yeah,
packaging.
the packaging is always mwah, chef's
Yes,
kiss,
yes.
superb.
So I'm guessing that the box is supposed to be shaped like a stage of some sort, because like that's
Yeah,
like the sections of the like these
that's
are
what it
like they're
looks like. Yeah.
it's pretty much the roof and all. So and the
Uh,
speakers.
yeah. Do they have a picture of the back?
Well,
Because there's supposed to
well,
be a nice little Easter egg on the back bag. Oh, but I
well,
love
here's
that.
yes,
You see the posters, right?
yeah. I see gem and holograms.
Yeah, and the Average Joes, which is what Lady J, Girl, and Scarlet singing the G.I. Joe theme song as the Average Joes. It's from the same Cold Slither episode, but it was like towards the end.
Well, there we go. There's the covering right
That's
there.
the front. That's pretty cool. Is that Zarana in the front?
Let me see. Can I zoom in? That is Arana.
That's awesome.
Yes. Here's hoping. I wonder, is that basic Zarana?
Huh?
Like I'm talking about, is it like kind of like a cold slither version of
Oh
Serrano, or is
no,
it
that's
just
just
Serrano
regular
as is?
Zarana. Yeah.
So we got more shots of the box. Look, gem and
Oh,
the
look at that nice
holograms.
little close up.
Oh,
Oh,
they
the
even got the
Misfits.
misfits.
Nice. Nice.
All right. So it seems like we don't have any pictures of the figures themselves in
No,
this
but
link.
I have heard that Monkey Wrench is supposed to be like hanging out in the back of the box.
Hmm.
So that's going to be kind of a nice little Easter egg, also.
Yeah. If we could find those pictures, I'll highlight them.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but the other thing that caught my eye was definitely the snake armor.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I kind of wish they had done something like this back in the 80s.
Hmm. Yeah, but at that time during the '80s, there's a lack of articulation during those times, so it would have been more blocky, and if anything
Well,
else.
it's also a lot smaller, and it did have some articulation.
Oh, indeed. But now this is just me having this is my little pet peeve when it comes to this design. I kind of wish it kind of resembled the snake armor from the back in the '80s, where the legs are actually the where how to describe it, like where the legs are actually part of the figure's legs, instead of it being kind of like a mini vehicle.
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Okay, kind of like how the snake armor, the the legs are actually kind of like almost like boots for the figure to wear.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I know. I have one. I have a couple actually.
Yeah, I kind of wish they found a way to do that with this modern snake armor.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Um. I okay.
I know it's not it's very it's very complex to do that. I will
Yes,
admit that, but
exactly.
I just there's this part of me that just wished they found a way to make it work.
Yeah, I mean that would have been cool, but I mean, at least they were kind of like thoughtful with what they were doing. So like they have the little step ladder on the hatch that opens forward, and they have like little seat belt and controls. It's pretty well detailed. Like I'm sure they'll have better detailed pictures if you go forward.
Yes, yes. Let's take a look. But here's one thing I do admire. If I can show. Oh, look at the. It actually has hands.
Yeah, actually, that's the first time I've seen those. That's pretty cool.
Me too, man. You see, we got the missile. We got. I'm assuming that's the blowtorch.
Yeah, probably.
And maybe there's like the gas tanks. Classified snakes here. So, but here's the one thing I do like is that when it comes to the cockpit area, that they actually have the
Yeah,
control handles, and you can actually still while you put how to describe it. It's like there's separate sections just for the arm sections alone.
yeah,
So I thought that was a nice touch, especially the seatbelt.
yeah. This build definitely is safety first.
Absolutely. So this is an interesting set as well. I mean, I think that was a big favorite during the time. The jetpack.
Yeah, the claw. That's
That's what it's
very
called.
cool. Yeah, it's called the claw.
Is oh the
Yeah, you can. Yeah, exactly. You can see it right there.
cover light aerial weapon.
Covert light arrow weapon. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm guessing that the landing gear is retractable and everything, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Just like the original.
And it's got some blast effects.
Yeah, because blast effects are super popular nowadays.
It's been that seems to be like the ever since I'm trying to think. Did I don't know if it happened with GI Joe,
No,
but I
it's funny with
remember
Star Wars.
they started the blast effects with Star Wars.
Not as heavily as they do now, but they did do it in Star Wars.
Hmm. The first time I started noticing Hasbro doing it was when Siege, Transformers Siege.
Yeah, that's because that's when they started doing it with Transformers. In Star Wars, they did it with Jango Fett.
Hmm.
Yeah, he had effects parts for the rocket pack.
Look at that. Those are amazing sculpts, man.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
So let's see. I'm just gonna keep skimming and see what else we got there. Oh, there we go. And there's that polar bear
Yeah.
that caught my eye. So,
How is
so
it
here,
being released?
when is it being released?
How?
How as far as I'm concerned, it's gonna be released as a 2-pack. Last time I checked, let me just double check on my because I saw it's on pre-order in websites like Big Bad.
Okay, so it's just a regular release.
Yeah, it's a regular release, but it's a 2-pack. Let's see if I can find it. Snake Eyes. Ooh, it's $65.
Okay.
Yep. It comes with a lot of stuff. I mean, like, it comes with separate heads for the bear, and everything.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised they're doing this 2-pack because this is like a very it's a deep cut. It's like an episode specific thing. Um,
Thank you for shouting out the name of our channel, by the way.
yeah, someone
I'm
had
sorry, but
to.
go on, go on. You were saying?
No, but yeah, it's just very specific to like the first miniseries for GI Joe.
Right.
And like they've been kind of focused more on like doing like retro reissues of classified figures or just regular classified, and this is like animation specific. So I just think it's it's one of those things that make you go, you know what I mean?
Oh, I totally agree. But at the same time, like I can't help but feel, as far as all the figures in the GI Joe series, I can't help but feel that Snake Eyes is like the Optimus Prime of the series. Like there's always going to be one in each year. and maybe this is the year they said, "Hey, we'll just go with this one."
Yeah, yeah, he kind of is, which is weird because he's technically not a leader, but whatever. Unless
But
it's
he is,
Ninja Force, but
yeah. I think it's because he's almost like the face. He's like the Sub Zero and Scorpion of GI Joe. Even
yeah,
though neither of those characters I mentioned are not the main character of the series. So
that's true. It's supposed to be like what Liu Kang
Liu Kang.
and Johnny Cage, right?
Hmm. So, is there anything else you want to cover when it comes to this, Joe's? Because it's
Well,
moving
I
on to
just
the
want
other
to
stuff.
say that Xandar looks really cool.
Mm.
Like I don't not like classified. Like I just don't like the idea of like buying figures or yeah, figures of characters I already have in O ring.
I get the feeling. I mean, it's like a huge commitment and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm like cherry picking the line, and so far I've only gotten Dreadnoks, and so far that's all I plan to get. And
Mm.
Xandar is one of those ones that I plan to get. That and Torch.
Just just completely off topic, but if Hasbro ever decides to do another HasLab for GI Joe, would you be purchasing? Would you be investing in a HasLab on the Thunder Machine?
Mm, maybe depends on the price.
Yes, yes. But there's more stuff. I will admit, for people who were into the classifieds, this is just a great way to build your own
Kind of like
battle station.
yeah, yeah. No, that's pretty cool. I mean, it kind of looks like a porta potty, but it's cool.
Maybe in your universe is an army of porta potties.
I can just 3D print them.
You think the sandbags are included as well?
I don't know, but it'd be cool if it were.
Yes, yes, yes. So let's see.
There's Torch. Looks awesome. I like that they're doing this, where they're doing
Yes,
like kind of
generic
like
characters.
yeah, like military characters, but like generic, not like in GI Joe specifically. Like the
Right.
classic 12-inch line. Where
It's
they were
almost like
just like
real world to a degree.
soldiers. Yeah, real world soldiers. I mean, I don't know how real world these outfits are, but I like the idea that they're doing that.
Yes, I think they're also doing a fireman
I
for
was
the.
just about to mention that. Yeah, they're also going to be doing a fireman. Um, I mean, whoever gets them, God bless. I think it's a cool idea, and it's
I
kind of like
totally
also
agree.
bringing in like those 12-inch collectors into like the 6-inch line.
Right,
I'm
and
just a
just
tough sell to get on this, so
yeah, and plus just bring more awareness to the real people who actually do this in real life and stuff.
yeah, yeah. This is a pretty cool set.
Yes,
I
Night
thought
Force.
this Quick Kick was a new character at first, but no, that's just like he's got this weird face mask, which is I don't know. Like I thought it was a new character. I think it's kind of cool that they gave him that though.
I totally agree. But for someone like myself who loves to like grab these characters and just pretty much repurpose them to new ones, this is just a great way to introduce a new character to your
Yeah,
collection.
yeah,
Because like he practically is a new figure, since you yourself at first glance thought it was a new one. So
exactly, exactly.
you could be like Quick Kick's evil brother.
I also like that the beachhead is like a Night Force version.
Oh yeah, man, look at that.
It's pretty cool. It looks a lot like the O Ring Night Force version,
Mm. I think that's what they're drawing their inspiration from.
most likely.
They even got the
It's,
oh wait, let me sorry for jumping here and there, but I'm just looking at the patterns. Like
yeah, I was gonna say it's weird because this beachhead is based off of like the early 2000s Night Force set that came out at Toys R Us as an exclusive, and not the original Night Force. Not that there's that much of a difference in terms of like how it's colored,
yes.
but like it didn't have like this checkered pattern. They were just like gray and like a dark green and black, like some sort of
Yeah.
combo of that on different figures. But with this Toys R Us version, like they threw in those check-in patterns and like digital camo and stuff. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's pretty cool. They're pretty cool figures.
I totally agree.
So I think it's cool that they're doing that with the beachhead here.
Speaking of which, I miss Toys R Us.
Ah, we all do. We all do. We'll forever be Toys R Us kids, Rob.
Absolutely. If I had a drink on me, I would probably be pouring it right now.
Well, I would just be drinking it because I don't want to waste the drink.
And look, there's the packaging shot of the.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Speaking of which, I mean, do you think we're still in the situation where we're not getting plastic openings on the package, or you think they just decided to make this one strictly
I don't
um,
know. I mean,
windowless box?
it could just be a windowless box. Because also, it's just like a mech armor. I
Mm,
mean, it would be nice to see the toy, but yeah.
I agree. Now this guy, I'll admit, to a degree, I'm almost tempted to get this guy just for that weird head he's got over there.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get a closer look at this. Oh, nope, we're not.
Okay. Which I just got as an O ring not that long ago, like a few days ago, maybe a week ago.
Very cool. So, like this guy, like you got that Cthulhu head, man. Like
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder though, is that like an actual whole head, or is it just like a mask that you slip on?
that's what I'm wondering. And he's got a lentic. Now that's a quick question. Do you think that might be just a sticker, or do you think that might be an actual lenticular? Because
What on the shield?
yep,
Um, huh. Hard to
like I
say.
know you can't tell the pictures, but it's just
It could be lenticular. Hard to say.
yes.
Oh, Darklon. Huh.
Was he
Weird
like?
how they gave him a silver mask.
Well, they actually gave him two different masks, and
Oh,
I
they did.
wonder.
Is so
Yes,
that's probably the okay. Yeah, there's
right
the
there. You see that
the
back
black
there?
mask that I'm used to.
I think they just made this like because the thing I like about the classifieds they try their best to bring the retro look, the
Yeah.
original look, but then they find ways of modernizing it
Yeah.
to and try to make it their own at the same time.
Yeah. Kind of, which is kind of like the early principles of classified until they changed it to like let's just do Real American Hero as 6 inch, as opposed to kind of like updating Real American Hero as 6 inch. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I think this is the best compromise because I remember a lot of people weren't happy with the first wave of classifieds where it was
Yeah.
just strictly modern.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of didn't like it at first, like the way they were designed. But I'm just like, either way, I don't really need 6 inch figures. I don't collect 6 inch figures. You know me, as it's Chad says, I collect the large scale, which is like O-ring or 4 inch figures. So,
I hear you, but then there are times where there's exceptions. Like
oh
this one, I
yeah,
am tempted. I am so tempted to get this guy because I remember when I was a kid, where way back with the 3.3 was it 3.75? Is
uh
that
huh,
the scale?
yeah.
I've always wanted heavy duty. I mean, this version of heavy duty.
You know, this version of Heavy Duty came out when we were in high school, right?
I know.
I actually went to Toys R Us and I got one. Like I was hanging out with Rob, Big Rob,
Yes,
and I actually got Heavy Duty.
that's the thing. I remember when I was going to that Toys R Us, the one you.
The one on
that
34th Street.
yes,
Yeah,
man. No, oh my god, man, I'm getting good. Such happy memories of 34th Street Toys R Us. So,
yeah,
but anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that I remember I went to that Toys R Us. I have never seen him there. So I'm guessing you guys took the last ones.
maybe. I also got a Destro and a Firefly.
but seriously, man, I always like this dude
No, yeah,
because of that gear. Like I'm tempted just to get this guy alone just for this weapon set.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of tempting. It's kind of tempting. I also like that he's like Roblox's cousin.
Yep.
I think that's a pretty cool little neat like thing.
I remember there were times they were trying to have him replace Roadblock. I mean, when it came to like future
Like
iterations of
alternate
the
stories and stuff. Yeah,
yes,
yeah. I think no, Sigma Six didn't do that. What did that?
I I remember Resolute did it.
Yeah, Resolute
When
did
they
it.
went to do when there was that was like the first CG episodes.
CG episodes.
CG.
Oh
computer.
no, like Valor versus Venom or
Yes.
Spy Troops. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. They touched on that too.
He was like, "Hey, don't forget about my cousin Roblox."
Yeah.
So okay, there's the
Oh,
back. Is that's what you were talking about?
yeah, but it looks like it's kind of covered up. Also,
They're just trying to piss you off, man.
seriously,
The dreadnoughts.
I think that's the old. Oh,
There
there
you
he goes.
go.
There he goes. And then that's the old Dreadnoks flag or logo.
This one right here.
No, the other one down below.
This.
No, on the okay. So where the big one was, just go a little
Yes.
bit down below.
This one.
Yeah, that one. That one is the actual official first Hasbro one.
Hmm. So again, they're really doing their homework when it comes to these packagings.
I should hope so. It's their product line.
Look at that. Isn't that kind of looks like a pair of sunglasses, man?
Almost, yeah.
And look at that.
That's cool.
So we even got bubble gum.
It's Breaker. He's known for chewing bubblegum.
I love the gear. The thing is, I'm not a classifieds collector either, but I can't help but want to get one just for the gear alone.
Yeah. Yeah, they make some pretty good updates to them. That's why,
Because
like,
just
I really don't crap on classified. Besides the fact that I do occasionally get them, but they do good stuff most of the time. Like they come up with
yes,
good ideas.
then this. See, look at that. Now, I don't know. I'm thinking it's a mask that you
Yeah,
have to
I'm
put
thinking it's
on
a
this.
mask also. That's what it seems like.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that is just amazing.
That shoe looks almost like it's 3D printed. Oh no, wait, that looks like it's a kind of
I
like a
think because of all the graininess, but I'm guessing it's lenticular. But I just
yeah,
look at that. Yep. Yeah,
yeah.
because there's
That's
too
a
many empty
mask.
spots.
That's a
Sorry.
mask. That looks like a mask.
Yeah. It comes with all this other extra stuff.
Yeah.
So it seems like they're just. Oh, there we go. We got these new guys
I mean,
here.
yeah, it's just more the same.
Yep. Oh, there's
Barbecue.
barbecue.
No, wait. That's not barbecue. That's
Right, right. That's something burn up or something like that.
no. It's blowtorch.
Blowtorch. There you go. It's literally
I knew it was with the B.
yes. That's a cool looking dude too.
What's that?
He's
Oh,
a.
that's a heat viper.
It's a viper that throws grenades with his claw on
No, it's not
arm.
the heat viper. It's the frag viper.
Yep.
Yep,
Frag
frag
viper. There
viper.
you
There you
go.
go. There's blowtorch's name.
Yep. Blowtorch. Oh look, they even get a. That's kind of cool, man. Like a.
Yeah, like the smoke
The,
effect. Yeah.
yep. The smoke effect for the grenade. Classified fans are eating good.
Yep.
Oh, that's a nice one there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I always like them.
Mm-hmm.
Law and Order.
Who's law and who's order? We even got the hands.
I mean, I
They're
would hope so.
they're really.
That one really does look like Kurt Bazigian, who Law is actually modeled after.
What's he? Can you repeat that?
Kurt Bazigian.
Kurt
He was
Busiek?
like I think the product manager for GI Joe during the '80s
Oh,
and also in the '90s. Like he had left for a while and then came back.
yes.
But yeah, the figure, and it looks like this one also is the face is sculpted after him.
Damn.
Pretty
Talk
big.
about homework.
Yeah,
I
looks
wouldn't have
great.
noticed that until you pointed it out.
Yeah, I kind of go in deep.
That itself is a deep cut, eh?
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty much we covered
Yeah,
everything.
pretty much
Let me
it.
just
Looks
double
like.
check. Yep, we kind of covered everything. And so,
Yeah.
anyway, so let's see. Just check my notes. And there you go. All right, so okay, so let's. I want to talk about this other thing, another favorite toy of the '80s.
Okay.
It's Mask, Mobile Armor Strike Command.
From Loyal Subjects?
Yes, 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 yes. I'm so excited for this. First off, more than anything, when I saw the videos on Toy Fair,
Yeah.
the the thing that kind of put a smile in me was the fact is that John Warden is working with Loyal Subjects, and he was the guy presenting the product. So I'm just happy that John Warden, who used to work for Hasbro, that he finally got a job. He's finally working again. So
I mean, dude, it didn't take that long for him to bounce back.
yes, well, all the same, it's good to know that he's working. So
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of people I feel like there was a lot of crying about it, and like he just seemed to bounce back really quick. So I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy he's working again, but I feel like there was a whole lot of like getting upset for nothing. Like, yes, it's terrible. He lost his job, but he bounced right back. He's working on loyal subjects. Like,
I
I
get
don't know.
it. Maybe, well, I'll admit that I'm one of the ones who cried. Uh, but the reason why I cried because I really loved the era where he introduced the Prime trilogy, and I because for me personally, uh, I've collected Transformers for years, and I remember a time when it didn't feel as fun as it used to be, and when John Warden came in and he introduced the Combiner War, the Prime Wars trilogy, like I felt like it it gave me that second wind on that it felt fun to be a Transformer fan again and stuff. So that's the reason why for me I have like I like to express my emotions on John Warden. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but in any case, let's talk about the toys, which is Mask. Oh my god, man. Uh, when it came to all these other toy lines when we were growing up, I have such a soft spot for Mask.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I had mask toys,
Yes.
and I didn't venture too far off from like Transformers and Joe as a kid.
Mm,
You know, I had Masters also. Sorry.
no problem. Bless you.
Yeah, I had Masters. I had Joe Transformers. Had some Mask. Never got into Cops. Well, I shouldn't say I never got into Cops. I just didn't get any. I had one Thundercat. Only one. I had Tiger.
Yeah, the thing is, when it came to certain toys, I just couldn't get into them because of the scale.
Yeah, yeah. I was a lot more ardent about scale, also, like as far as humans go. Um,
Right, but when it comes to Mask, I mean, it's all about the vehicles, man.
yeah, for sure.
So so already we got the assortment, which is the Thunderbird, the damn it, I can't believe I forgot the names of these vehicles. I know that was
The
called the Rhino,
Thunderhawk, the Rhino, the Condor, and the Switchblade.
the Switchblade. So let me ask you, which ones you're planning to get? Because the prices are going to be the only downside, but at the same time, it's somewhat forgivable. Is the prices are just pretty steep for each
What
one.
are the prices? Because I haven't even heard what the prices are.
I can't remember it off the top of my head, but again, I'm just estimating based on the last time I watched the videos on these. The Thunder, that's that's called the Thunderhawk, right?
Yeah,
The Thunderhawk is 50, I believe. The Condor, I think it's either 30 or 20 or 25.
that seems reasonable.
Right. The Switchblade, I think it's 70,
Okay.
and the Rhino is 100.
Yeah, I mean that's that's a little pricey for the Rhino,
Right.
but a Rhino doesn't go for that much. A vintage one doesn't go for that much more.
Really?
Yeah, no. Like we have one at the Museum of Nostalgia, and it's like 120.
Hmm. Complete?
I believe so.
Hmm. So you feel it should be cheaper?
No, I'm just saying, paying $100 for a brand new Rhino with slightly better articulation figures, not so bad.
But that's a good question. Like, I haven't checked myself, but I'm led to believe that these are not quote unquote reissues. I think they did
No,
tweak
they're
the
not
designs a
reissues.
bit. Oh,
They're not. They're newly created molds from scratch.
hmm. So we might get like probably better face details and stuff.
Yeah. Here, let's do this.
You want to take over?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second.
Screen, share screen, share. Boom. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So this is loyal subjects at Toy Fair. That's all the prototypes. These are all prototypes too,
Oh, right.
which is crazy because these are prototypes and they're supposed to be released in like July at like BBTS or Big Bad Toy Store. You know, for those who don't
Yes.
know. So like nothing is final on these things, but they look amazing.
So just out of curiosity, what's on your wish list? I mean,
What's
what's on your pre-order list? I should say.
for this?
Yes.
Um, I don't know. I don't know if I want to pre-order these
Hmm.
because they're supposed to be hitting stores also. So I mean,
Oh, you want to go for the hunt, huh?
yeah, hunting is where it's at. I don't know if you can tell, but like, there's better details. Look at that. You can see, like, the detailing on the face is much better.
Hmm.
Look at that. Unfortunately, this silver won't be chromed, from what I understand.
Most likely painted
Yeah,
or
most likely
silver
painted
plastic.
or silver plastic. Yeah, but they look good. You know.
They even got blast effects.
Yeah. I wonder where they got that idea from.
Hmm. Well, it's not patented, so anybody can do them.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at these details on the face. I mean, granted, it's only slight. It's not a super detail, but these figures are like 3 inches tall.
Yeah, these like they're like tiny. They're like about this big. They're about that
They're-
big. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're the size of
They're
vintage ones.
smaller than Joe's, right?
Yeah, they're technically smaller than Joe's. Um, yeah. I
Look at
mean,
the
they're kind
Spectrum
of
helmets.
cool, and they're using all the short versions of helmets that if there is a short version, which makes me think that Hondo is gonna have like the little short like cap with the goggles, and that's it. Nothing longer than that. Because this is a collector based line, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, right.
Look at that. This looks like this. This looks like ball and socket hips.
Yeah. So no O rings.
Mask was never O ring.
That's the thing. I don't remember. It's been so long.
No, Mask was T crotch. You can't have O.
Ah. Oh right. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah.
the arms. See, these are on swivel disc. It's
Yes.
gonna have up and down this way and up and down this way.
Hmm.
So like, it's already an improvement upon the other figures.
Right. A
And
little extra
I'm gonna
articulation.
looking at that head tilt on Brad here. I'm
Yes.
thinking it might be a ball and socket neck. I could be wrong though. These are also these are only prototypes, so
Right.
look
Look at
at
that
that.
Venom.
Yeah, Miles looks awesome. Almost like he,
especially his helmet.
yeah, it looks like he popped out of the show. That's pretty cool.
Oh, definitely, man. And if I'm not mistaken, it actually has the vehicles themselves still have their spring loaded features.
Yep. Yeah, they definitely do. Sorry for speed running through this. I mean,
No problem.
you know what?
I'm
Yeah, I
just
mean,
happy that this line is being released.
yeah. And you know what the weird thing is? Is like, there's a
Yes.
new Jurassic Park movie coming out, and this line, which is smaller, smaller in terms of item count, has gotten more
Yeah.
coverage than Jurassic World has. Ugh.
Funny you should mention it. To a degree, these figures. Well, when you were bringing up Jurassic Park, I was thinking about how well these figures will scale with them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they um they scale even well with 4-inch figures. Because the current main line is it's all based off of 4-inch figures.
Hmm. So, just out of curiosity, just for the sake of fun, what vehicles would you like to see in the future?
Samantha, that
A
was
Manta?
Gloria's. That was Gloria Baker's
Oh,
vehicle,
oh,
which they never
right.
made.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Ramen Toys is making their own Manta.
Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I don't mean to steal any thunder from Ace at Ramen Toys, but Loyal
I know
Subs
you want
has
an
it,
official.
so why not make it official? Kind of like how they did Stellara for Sectars,
Yes, yes.
which is kind of cool. I got her for Christmas this past Christmas, but I have yet to open her because I don't
It's too
have
much.
any of the vintage Sectars figures. I
Plus,
only
you have
have
too
like,
much stuff, right?
well, yeah. I mean, I'm literally looking at a stack of Transformers right now that I haven't even
Yeah,
opened yet.
yeah. One of these days, we should do an opening, an episode where we just open and just share our thoughts of what we open and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
but
what's
anyways,
next?
for me, I'll just
Oh,
say from the mass line, I forgot the name of the vehicle, but it's the wagon that where it's black, and then where the hood will slide up, and then the back will actually lift up and actually have like like a turret.
that's the jackhammer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if I remember, the guy's mask he actually has is like he shoots like darts out of his forehead or something, or was
I
it
thought that was.
buzzsaws?
I thought that was. Isn't that Sly Rax's? The guy with the piranha, which is the motorcycle. That has like the
Right.
little
Yeah, he Diletto, I think he called his
stiletto.
move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but what was? Oh, he's is a blowtorch. Now I remember.
For Bruno, because that was the driver's name, Bruno. Bruno something. I forgot
Right.
the last name.
Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, he actually shot like a blow, like flames out of his forehead and stuff, or
Yeah.
like from that fin he had on his helmet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
But yes, that's the vehicle I would love to see
Yeah,
because
jackhammer would be cool to see. I also wouldn't mind seeing the vampire and the iguana. Only because I had those two as a kid. Those are the only two mass vehicles I had.
mm, mm.
The vampire was like this motorcycle.
Was that the flying one or
Yeah,
is it
the flying one. The flying one.
the red one? It was the red one
Yeah,
with
it
the
was red. And then the iguana was like the ATV. It was like black and purple.
black and purple. Oh, is that the one that had like a buzz saw?
And like it comes out from the front.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I remember that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are
Trying
the
to
two I had as a kid.
Another one I would love is I forgot the name of it. Maybe you can chime in. It's like an F1 racer, and like the sides actually flip up.
And it turns into like a jet.
Yes, yeah, and the back wheels are actually like the turbines for the
Yeah.
jet.
I don't remember the name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. So anyone listening, feel free to like write in the comments section.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that was such a beautiful vehicle. Like when you look at something like that, it's like you're like, why did nobody ever thought about
I
that?
think the driver was Julio Lopez, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I remember, and his weapon actually shot like around his the chest plate of the
Yeah,
mask. And I
cool.
think it was like an ice beam of some sort.
I I don't think I've seen any episodes with him in it, or like if I did, it's been a while since I have.
Right.
Um,
Like for me, I was such a. I remember when I was a kid, I was really into that vehicle, so I always was looking. I always like my eyes were like so open whenever I saw Julio on screen
yeah,
and his
yeah,
vehicle. I remember his mask looked almost like a knight, which made it even cooler.
yeah. So what's next on the agenda?
Okay, so that's enough of the Toy Fair coverage. We got like the next thing I would love to talk about is let me just get my notes out. The thing is all the Motu news we got from Thursday.
Oh, yeah, the whole Mattel revealed thing.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. The thing. Okay, before we talk about the reveal, the one thing I can say. Okay, well, Long story short, the big reveal was is Hero.
yeah, which I totally called.
Yes, I, the thing was when it came to the big reveals, they did like the show. They kind of did this thing where they had like a bunch of figures covered in shadow, and then they kept like moving the lights around. And I was like, "Where's the Motu reveal?" And I was like, "Yep, that's Hero."
Yeah, I kind of skimmed the reveal show, but like I don't know, it was a little underwhelming. I thought.
In some cases, I agree. I feel maybe I don't know if the right. Hold on,
I
either.
mean, the hostess was great as always. Trish, like super cute. Can't get enough of her. Go
Yes,
follow
yes.
her on Instagram. She's super cool. Um, but I don't know, it just felt a little underwhelming.
You know what it is? I think you and I were having more expectations on more reveals, and a lot of the reveals were focused around Hero, and a lot of the other stuff they talked about was just mostly spoke. They talked about it, but they didn't show anything. So
What else? In regards to Motu or like in general?
I was talking about Motu, but
Because I
because
don't
like
remember them talking about much else except for Blade, which was like that one kind of blindsided a lot of people because that's like, oh, they're doing a Blade, okay,
yes,
and then they're giving
well,
them away for free,
which
which
I'm
is cool.
sadly, which that's the thing that made me cry inside was I was trying to answer the question, but I didn't know how to do it at the moment I needed
Oh,
to. I was like, I know the answer.
I watched it way later, so I couldn't even answer if I wanted to.
Right, right. So, but, but in any case, before we talk about Blade and Hero, since you missed all the, all the comments they made, like they commented that Hurricane Hordak is on the way, is coming in
Oh
March.
yeah, that's right, they did.
Yes, they also mentioned this is a Masterburst figure. It's New Eternia Mossman, and
Right.
they said the dude's going to be huge. So I'm expecting probably as big as the Horde Trooper, the New Eternia Horde Trooper they released.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be as big as him. And they said this is the interesting one. They said they're going to introduce a character as the first alternate. This is the quote he said: first alternate reality villain interpretation, including arm cannon with interchangeable parts.
For Hurricane Hordak.
No, this is a new character. This is another figure they're releasing, and this
Oh,
is the comment they made: first alternate reality interpretation, including arm
interesting.
cannon with interchangeable parts.
Interesting.
Yes.
Huh.
So yeah. So Hurricane Hordak.
I mean, it was bound to happen.
Oh, I agree. So my question is, do you think they're gonna So this is my question about it: is do you feel they'll find a way to include his gimmick, which is the spinning hand, or do you think they'll just cheat and just do it as a part swap? Kind of like what they did with Mechanic and Ratlore, where they didn't give him the gimmick; they just gave him parts to recreate the illusion of the
But
gimmick.
they recreated Flying Fist He-Man.
Oh, I agree to that. That's why I'm questioning. Do you think they might
No, it looked
do
more
his
like
spinning
Flying
arm?
Fist He-Man.
Hmm? Oh yes, I agree. They did
Because
the
also, like the two things that you mentioned,
yes,
they involve the torso.
right.
It's a little easier to do arm things.
Okay, so perhaps I'm using a wrong example. I will say, how about Spike Ore? Because he kind of had the arm attachment concept.
Yeah,
So
that was kind of lame.
exactly, that's what I'm trying to get at. Is you think they might do the same with the Hordak?
What does Hurricane Hordak do?
His arm spins. You're
I feel
thinking
like
about the
they,
other Hordak where he shoots like a thing out of his chest.
yeah, Buzzsaw Hordak,
Right,
which
Buzzsaw
they
Hordak.
actually did like completely redo. I
Yes.
have that one.
Oh yeah, he's an awesome figure.
Yeah. Um,
But
I feel
Hurricane
like
Hordak.
they'll probably like put it on a swivel, but it won't have like the spinning mechanism.
Hmm. Now that you think about it, the only thing I can think they might do is they might do like a something that's passable to the gimmick
Yeah,
because
like putting it on a swivel, but not having the like whatever mechanism they have to spin it.
like maybe you do like a helicopter where you just like how helicopter propeller just bing kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Or because like the original one, like he had like a knob on his back,
Right,
and you spin it, then the arm will spin. So
right.
perhaps they'll probably do something like you're suggesting, where they'll probably make some kind of a passable gimmick
Yeah,
on the arm section itself, so you can still do articulation and stuff.
exactly,
Mm,
exactly. Yeah, so they'll probably have it on some sort of like yeah, like a helicopter propeller on a lot of toys where it just it's
yes,
loose, it'll spin, but you can't make it spin with like a knob.
yes,
It's not going to be like a dragonfly where you have that switch to move the propellers from GI Joe.
yes. So okay, so the new Eternia Moss Man. Um,
That's going to be a repaint of New Eternia Beastman, and
mm,
I put money on that. That's why it's going to be so big because it's going to be this first release, not the second release. Because the second
yeah,
release is a lot slimmer, from what I understand, and the first one was huge. I'm sure you remember
yes.
when I got one and I showed you the pictures of trying to make it into an Origins figure. I mean, it was
So
massive.
so we already know what the so we have an idea what the body might be, but I'm just curious about the accessories then.
Oh, I'm thinking a bunch of like vines or something, like
Mm.
extensions, like arm extensions or something. But I mean, that's just speculation. I don't know for sure. I mean, sky's the limit, really.
Oh, definitely. I'm curious if he's gonna be flocked or not.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, they didn't for Revelations, right?
No, they didn't. Though I will say
It was a
that
50-50 shot.
yes, though I will say the origin version is flocked.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's a 50-50 shot. Because they've done two modern figures, and one was flocked, and the other one wasn't. So
Yes,
it's anyone's guess.
yeah, and yeah, it's anyone's guess because they just recently Mattel just released the new Eternia Panther. That's
Yes,
and it's not
not flocked.
flocked.
Yeah, it's like this
It's like
metallic.
metallic painted.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like I watched the Pixel Dan video, and was it Pixel Dan? Yeah, it was Pixel.
Yes.
Looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wouldn't mind getting it, but it's just
I
like
wouldn't either. because like I ended up getting the Revelations Battle Cat because it was
Mm.
like dirt cheap. Like I think it was at Ross or something. Um,
It shares a lot of parts with that Battle Cat.
yeah, and it's such a cool Battle Cat, and it's dude. There's something about putting like a regular Origins figure on like that Battle Cat.
Yeah,
It's pretty awesome.
it's like a super version of him.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like how when you first see King Grayskull in the 2003 series,
Yeah,
and his Battle Cat is like ginormous.
right. Like he's this big, and King Grayskull's like this tiny.
Exactly. It's like that. It's like putting a mask figure in a GI Joe vehicle.
It's like almost like a freaking kaiju and shit.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I just cursed. I guess that's our first beep, right?
No. I did in the first episode. That's okay.
Right.
It'll be the
Hey,
second
hey, receipts in return, man.
one.
So let's see. But before we cover everything else, what are your thoughts on the alternate reality villain?
Need more info.
Yes, yes. I think it's a okay. So my guess, I'm my guess. I think it might be the Great Black Wizard. It's a deep
The
cut in
Precuria
itself.
thing.
Yes.
Is that for Origins or for Masterverse?
Well, that's what I'm yeah, sorry about that. I'm talking the alternate reality interpretation character to keep mentioning is an Origins figure.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry for not clearing that up. But
yeah,
I'm just guessing it might be the Black Wizard because when they revealed the hero figure,
yeah,
they revealed the cover of the mini comic and the Great Black Wizard is in the background.
yeah. It's a possibility then. Yeah, it's a possibility
Yes. I
because
mean,
I think it was Axel Jimenez had shown that in his Instagram, and I saw that post. That's why when you see the Great Black Wizard, I'm like, wait a sec. He's talking about Origins or Masterverse.
right, right.
Like everything kind of just clicked into place.
Yeah, yeah. My mistake. It's just my notes. It's just I forgot to
Don't worry about it.
categorize them. So
It's all good. Um, yeah, yeah. No, it's a very distinct possibility. What I'm wondering is, are they going to do that like Minotaur character from Powers of
mm,
Grayskull? Because
yeah,
Sorella, she's a shoe in. Like she's going to get made. I'm sure of it.
yeah,
Everyone's probably sure of it.
yeah. Because that's thanks for bringing that in because they said that when it comes to Power of Grayskulls, they said they're going to
Two more
release
was it?
two more characters, and one of them obviously is going to be Eldor, and the second figure is the one everyone's questioning. And
I don't know if it's Eldor.
you don't think so?
I mean, honestly, even at this point, what's his face? Was it Kleklik or whatever?
Keklar,
Keklar, yeah.
yes,
He's a distinct possibility also.
because he's already been made, right?
Well, yeah, he didn't get made, and he's from Powers of Grayskull, isn't he?
Yeah, but he was a comic character. He was never. I don't think there was any prototypes for that figure, or anything. So
No, dude, they have to have a prototype.
no, I'm talking about vintage collection.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, so your guess is probably Keklar and Sharella.
I don't know about Keklar. I'm just saying he's a possibility as far as getting made into Powers of Grayskull. Sorrel is
Mm.
an absolute shoe-in. Like, you'd be hard pressed to find someone who didn't think she was gonna not get made.
Yes, yes.
You know?
Well, on to the subject of Powers of Grayskull, I'm hoping we get a Bionatops. Like
Dude,
that's one of my personal holy grails.
yeah, that'd be great. But how awesome would it be to get that Brontosaurus as like Mattel creation,
Ooh.
like a crowdfunding thing, if need be.
Yeah, telling me. I just love the fact that it could actually stand on its stand as a bipedal.
Yeah, on his hind legs. Yeah,
Yeah, and his
pretty cool.
stomach opens up to have like a cannon in it. That is just sick.
Yeah, yeah. As long as
I
it's
mean,
not like $600, I think we'll be all right.
oh god, oh god. Speaking of which, I don't even know if they're gonna still do that crowdfunding site with the snake lair.
Say that again.
I don't know if they're gonna do the snake lair crowdfunding thing because since it got canceled due to their reaction.
Well, they said they were going to rework it, so it'll be back.
Yes, I guess that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah, but they did show off. Well, they didn't show off. I guess technically it would be a leak. Is Fright Zone.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of the Fright Zone, yeah, from what I heard, they weren't planning to release it anytime soon, so those were definitely leaks.
Yeah,
But it is where, but since we're all aware of it,
yeah. No,
there's discussions for it.
it looks way better than the vintage one.
Oh yes, man. So speaking of which, I was having second thoughts on buying it because I have no idea where I'm gonna put it.
Yeah.
And for me, like I actually found a place which is on my shelf. It's like around that area. I was thinking about probably reno. Let me do excuse me. Like see that this shelf right here that I'm pointing at, that my hands on. I'm thinking about just removing all these figures and probably spreading them around and put the fright zone in this area. So
If it'll fit.
here's hoping. Like so, chances are,
From what I heard from Toy Habits, shout
yes,
out to Toy Habits,
yes, yes.
it has like a 1 foot square base, and
Hmm.
it's like 2 feet tall. Because of the
2 feet
feet.
tall.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about it. That's the best answer I could say.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that's from what I remember. That's what I heard at Toy Habits.
Mm.
You know.
Well, it's a lot of we'll see. Is all I could say.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be great if it could fit in there either way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, speaking of which, Vic, I think we need to talk about this story when it came to Snake Mountain because just that's all I could think about right now
Okay.
was like maybe one time, maybe like when let's just paint that perfect picture that maybe if Fright Zone is out, that we might see it in Macy's and get it 50% off like we did with the Snake
Oh,
Mountain.
dude, I would love that. I would
So
love that to get it half off, like
yeah,
they did with Snake
in
Mountain.
Macy's. Oh yeah, we got to talk about that story, man. When it came to
Wasn't
how
it?
you and I got
Was it
what happened.
Macy's? No,
It was
I think
Macy's.
it was Macy's. Wasn't it technically Toys R Us at the time?
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's set it all up.
Yeah.
Macy in our area in New York City, we rarely get the closest thing we have to Toys R Us in New York City is a section in Macy's where that's the Toys R Us section.
Yeah.
Like the whole floor or at least half of the floor is Toys R Us in Macy's.
Yeah, because we're one of the few states that got like a decent Toys R Us in Macy's.
Right.
Because it is
And
nationwide. I don't know if you know that, Rob.
right, yeah. But for
Well,
as
yeah,
far as Manhattan, New York
yeah,
City is concerned, that's the closest we're gonna get to a Toys R Us. But
yeah.
anyways, well, when it came, I remember one time during the Christmas season,
Hmm.
they actually had a stock of Snake Mountains for Origin Snake Mountains in Toys R Us in Macy's. But let's just call it Macy's for now. So
Yeah.
so, and then I remember one time we were just hanging out, and I mentioned to you, hey, dude, I just found out in Macy's that they got Snake Mountain for 50% off, and like for some reason you said let's go, and I'm like, all right, I'm go. We decided to go because I don't. And I was like, I don't know why I was going with you. Partially, maybe because I was excited, but at the
Yeah.
same time, there's this part of me that says, "Man, if there's only one who's gonna take it."
No. Yeah. Well, that's where I guess I think you had grabbed it, and so I was like, "Well, do you have any more in the back?"
Well,
Remember?
oh wait, no, that's no, dude. Sorry for cut for
It's all good.
thing is you're wrong because I specifically remember that moment. It
Okay.
was I remember you and we were like pondering on it because we were just because there was only one box
Right.
in that entire store, and it was you were holding it because I'm not saying, I'm just saying from what I saw, it seemed like you weren't sure, and then you were holding it and you put the box down, and the thing
Oh,
is, in the corner of my eye, I specifically remember it because of this moment. You put it down, and in the corner of my eye, I saw someone behind us staring at that box.
yeah, I remember
And
that now.
in my instincts was, you're not taking it, I'm taking it. So I grabbed it. The moment you put it down, I picked it up. And then the moment that happened, that guy walked away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Didn't we see him later, like asking the lady for another one?
That would have been so funny if that happened, because I remember I was holding on to it for dear life. You and I went to talk to the girl to see if they had any in the back.
Which fortunately they did.
Indeed, indeed. And then you and I walked out 50% off. And maybe the guy was like probably like in the corner, like sneaking like a little ninja, saying, maybe I could do that too. Or some shit like that.
All I remember was being very happy and very cold because it was kind of cold that day.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it was a Christmas season, man.
Yeah.
But but the thing is, my favorite part was that that was not the end of the story. Because if you remember, after that, we decided to go to Target, right?
Okay.
You don't remember
The
this
one
part?
across the street.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah.
once we bought the Snake Mountains, like we were actually like I had one right here, and you had one right there, right? And for
Yeah.
some weird reason, you wanted to go to Target,
Well,
and
yeah, because they might have had something.
exactly. So I remember when we went to Target,
Yeah.
you started to remember it now, right? So when we went to Target, we were looking at all the toy aisles, and I do remember you bought the Detrius, right?
Oh, that's
And
right. I got Detrius.
yeah, yeah. And then the thing that got me going was like, for some reason, some dude saw us, and he was
Oh,
like,
that's
dude, he was
right.
like, hey, where'd you get that?
Yeah, I
And
remember that now.
now you remember that part?
Yeah, so we told him we got it at Macy's.
Exactly. And I remember that dude was just gushing, like,
Yeah.
just like he was just so in awe of what we had. And then we spread the love by
Yeah.
telling him, dude, just go to Macy's. It's across the street. Go right now and get it. 50% off.
Paid like what, 50, $55 for it total
Yeah,
after
exactly. So
tax. It was awesome.
absolutely. And then to top it off, I remember once you and I left the Target, some girl who was working. You remember this part, right?
I
Some
remember that.
girl saw us with we was like walking in as if we had like we were walking in with Corvettes or something. And then we were just walking like this, and all of a sudden there's this girl saying, "Excuse me, where'd you get that?" And then we said, "Oh, we got it at Macy's. That's across the street." And she was like saying, "Oh man, I'm gonna get my baby brother this thing." I was like, "Yep, go for it, man."
We did a lot of good that day.
Exactly. We did good for Macy's. Macy's should make us customer of the day.
Yeah.
How much money we made for Macy's that day? Like, look, there's you, me, that girl, that guy that was asking us, that weirdo that was like over our shoulder. That's like five times 50. That's like $250.
Yeah, there you go. We made
Exactly.
him good money.
Yep. Customers of the day.
Yep.
Sorry, sorry about, dude. It's just I love that story.
No, it's a good story. It's definitely a good story.
Oh goodness me. So, okay, so back to Motu. Let's see.
What's left with Motu?
Okay, so yeah, the hero reveal. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I totally called it was Hero. Um, I mean,
I knew it was
I've
Hero
said it
too.
before. I'll say it again.
Yeah,
It kind of sucks that it's Hero because I want everyone to have Hero. But I'm glad that they're doing Hero.
Yeah, but that I think you brought up an interesting discussion. I think we need to talk about the club's Grayskull subscription service, which is like so. I mean, so the fact is like Hero is only exclusive if you're a member of Club Grayskull.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the nerd tax, which is basically the price of the Club Grayskull.
Yes, I mean I see your point, but the thing is there are bonuses and perks for the subscription, like because like I like some of it is like just it's all digital, but like I think you get exclusive videos and like on interviews and like behind the scenes stuff. But if I'm not mistaken, I think you also uh subscribers they do get like a, they do get to get and be involved with the product by doing voting and stuff. For I don't know what the voting is for, but I just know that members can vote for stuff.
I'm sure it's something like, what should we do next versus what input goes into the figure.
So like future content.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't honestly. I don't feel like that's kind of worth it. Um, what I'm hoping is that the next two figures that are exclusive to Club Grayskull within the year are good choices,
Mm,
because who wants to buy a crappy figure or a figure that you're not interested in from Mattel,
right.
Club Grayskull specifically?
Yes.
Let's like put it this way: at this point, Hero costs $30, and if you don't like the other two figures that get released through Club Grayskull, that Hero is still $30, which kind of doesn't make it worth it, because I've seen the review from Geek Dad Life, because they got a copy and they did a review.
Yes.
It's a very basic release. No alternate hands, no alternate heads. Rubber cape confirmed.
Mm.
Um, that figure should be like $20, not 30.
Yeah. The thing that I'm a little, I don't know if disappointed is the right word, but I was expecting there to be a gimmick I mean, well, let me take that word, an action feature with the
Yeah,
figure.
yeah,
And because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, when it came to the original vintage release of Hero, the prototype, it was supposed to be like a knob on the back where it's supposed to make the arm move up and down, and
okay,
that's how it revealed the jewel, because it was
yeah,
going to use like his arm was going to move up and the gravity was like make the jewel open up.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was led to believe. Well, no, I won't say led to believe, but I was hoping
Uh huh.
that the Origins version of Hero was going to have that action feature.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
I know.
They were never gonna do that.
I would have been pleasantly surprised if they did.
I
Is the
mean,
best
yeah,
answer to say.
yeah, yeah. That would have been very surprising. Would have been nice if they did, but they didn't. Unfortunately, you
Yeah.
know, they have to sort of, for lack of a better term, rejigger how certain things work or not work.
Yes.
You know,
So based on the Geek Dad Life review of Hero, you feel is not worth it?
uh, no, I don't think it's worth $30.
Mm. Isn't it
And like I
back
said,
metal?
especially if you don't like the next two releases from Club Baseball. If you do, then okay, fine. Like you end up paying what 23.33 for each figure if you like the next two releases after Hero. But
Right.
still, you end up with a $30 figure that's only really worth, retail wise, worth $20. So it really depends. Like it's I feel like it's something that's really meant for like the super hardcore Motu fans.
The deep cuts.
Yeah. 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 To coin a term, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if
So
I'm. I mean, no, I know I'm not that hardcore a fan because then I would have been all up in classics. And no, then again, classics also was just a little bit too much for me
right.
in terms of like cost. You know,
So but if I'm not mistaken, isn't is the hero figure is this at least rack metal?
it's some process called VMU or VUM. I forget exactly. It looks sort of similar. The chest is kind of a little bit duller than like that Target Battle Armor He-Man.
Oh, right. Yes, I do have. Funny you should mention that. I do have the that He-Man. So you're saying it's going to be kind of like that version of
No, it's
He-Man,
duller than that.
duller than that?
Watch the Geek Dad Life review because Jay
Okay,
mentions it.
right. Fair enough. So, but do you feel Shirella might be enough to convince people to subscribe to Club
If she's the
Graceful?
second figure, possibly, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's gonna be like a part reuse though, mostly with some new tooling,
Right.
you know, because she's basically a Tila.
Yeah. Is Tila like a cave woman Tila? Or what's a better term? Amazon Tila.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
Well, I can only okay. Well, the business me in me would say that if that were the character, then she better have some like amazing accessories to come along with her.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd like if she came with like a mount, like a horse or something. I'd be like, sure, why not?
Right,
You know,
like
but
a shit ton,
weapons,
a, a crap ton of blast effects.
eh, I'd prefer weapons over blast effects.
Fair enough. And prop. So yeah, here's hoping because that's why I was really pushing for maybe laser light He Man or Skeletor.
I knew they weren't going to do that. I knew Pixel Dan was wrong. Not to say that he's always wrong. I think he was barking up the wrong tree because he was reading too much into the fact that that magnet that he got had them front and center. I'm like,
Right,
no, they just said that they're on that the next character or the Club Grayskull character is on the magnet. Hero is on the
right.
magnet. They're not gonna paywall a He-Man or Skeletor figure. I can't imagine
Hmm.
Mattel doing that, especially if
Gotcha.
it's like a quote unquote regular release. I mean, yes, I know it was only released in Europe, but that's because it got canceled in the U.S. He would have been out. They would have been out here in the U.S. if they didn't cancel the line. So I don't
Right, right.
consider those two guys like I consider those two guys mainline releases.
Yeah, well, whatever the case, here's hoping we get them because those are such great figures, and especially with the action feature of having to light up swords and weapons. So
Yeah, yeah. Now the bigger question is, if and when they do the He-Man, are they going to do the normal vintage head, or are they going to do the quote unquote Dolph Lundgren head?
well, I would say we live in an age where some figures are released with multiple heads. So
That's what I'm
here's
hoping for.
here's hoping that that figure, if that were to be released, that it actually has alternate heads.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because that's really what I'm hoping. Will I use the Dolph Lundgren head? Probably not, but it'd be cool to have.
Yeah, well, what you could do is like, you could probably just buy another He-Man buck and make a new figure with that head.
You could do that, yeah. Or I'll just stick it in a Ziploc bag and put it in a bin or a drawer or something.
Yes, yes, yes. But in any case, so the and plus, the reveal of the official reveal of Blade. So
I'm not even sure you can call that an official release of like official reveal
right,
because
well, it's the
they were like, oh yeah, you could win this blade. It was.
In any case, he's been revealed. So,
Yeah, exactly.
so let me ask you this. Uh, I know you're not a I mean, you're not a 7-inch collector. You're more of a 5.5 as far as Motu is concerned.
Yeah.
So my question for you is, if are you gonna hold? Are you gonna wait off for a Origins blade, or are you gonna look into this one and make him the Origins blade?
Um, that's a good question. Theoretically, I could buy the Masterverse and Originize them. I don't know. I'd have to
But at the
see.
same time, are you willing to wait to for Origins to release them?
If I knew that they were gonna release them in Origins, yeah, I'd wait.
But we don't know that. That's the irony.
I know that's the catch 22 right there.
Right, right, right.
Because I think I still have one He-Man that I could use for customs. Um, I still have to finish my no. Forza T is pretty much not pretty much done, but I'm almost done with Forza T. I just need to
Yes.
get a new torso for Techno, which is basically Trapjaw with Zodak's head,
Mm-hmm.
and I need a web store head to put on the Beastman body that I have for him.
Right, right.
Oh, and I need a clawful to make a new Eternia clawful. Or rather, a regular Eternian clawful.
Well, you still have the parts. I mean, and plus
Yeah.
the clawful, the Origins clawful is not that expensive. So
Yeah, yeah.
bless you.
Thanks. I think BBTS still has them, right?
Yeah, them. Even Amazon should still have a few.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll check there.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but I know it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, yeah. Well, pretty cheap is relative.
Yes, yes.
I know you're willing to spend a little bit more than I would on a figure at times.
Right, right. So yeah, but for me personally, as much as I like Blade, I don't see myself buying this figure. To
So you can just wait for the origins?
I might wait for the Origins. You know, it all depends on what it looks like when what he looks like. Like maybe either one or two things might happen. I'll just wait it out and just see what the Origins one looks like,
Yeah,
and and I'll just figure out, well, if it if the Masterverse version looks good and it's still a decent price to get him, I'll
yeah.
probably make a custom based on the Masterverse version figure,
Yeah, I mean,
because that's how I feel about Hero. Like, I feel like I'd rather just buy a Masterverse Hero and customize him into an Origins Hero
yeah.
versus what we're getting as Origins Hero.
Yeah, might end up being a bit cheaper too. Not by much though.
Mm, yeah, that's the reason why I don't want to do it either at the moment. Like, because
Yeah,
Origins Hero, let me rephrase that. Masterverse Hero, he's like around $20-ish.
yeah,
And for me to buy a Motu body, a Origins body, that's probably gonna cost me from $15 to $20.
right.
So that's already $45.
Yeah, well, after shipping Club Grayskull, that's probably going to be about the same.
Exactly. But then, so that's why I'm like, that's why. But to be honest, I was never interested in Hero personally. So
Yeah, and you have no interest in Club Grayskull.
no, to a degree, I'm interested, but not for buying the toys, honestly.
Yeah,
So it's a lot of we'll see.
yeah, definitely.
Like they're gonna have to make a character that's gonna make me go like, "Holy crap, I gotta get this guy," kind of thing. But it's just
Yeah,
there's no one I could think of that will inspire me enough to go to subscribe to their this service.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it.
Right, right. So before we move on, I mean, because we pretty much covered everything from Toy Fair and as well as the Motu reveal panel. I just want to cover on some other some other details going on with Mattel, especially with the whole idea that they got the rights to DC toys
Oh,
to produce toys from DC.
right.
So chances are it may not, like we may not see product until like a year from now.
Right.
But being a Motu fan and the fact that Motu is kind of we're kind of going through the crossover era where
Yeah.
like first we had Sunman and then we had Turtles. This year we're getting Thundercats.
Thundercats. Yeah.
So you're thinking the next crossover might be
You never know.
yes.
You never know.
That
I mean, they did it before with the Funko Land line.
yep. And I remember they did it with classics. I mean, during the classics eras, where they released 2 packs
Yeah, that's right.
with
They
a
did.
classics figure and a DC classics figure. So,
Yeah, that's almost how I got into classics. Except I couldn't
mm,
find a He-Man.
yes, but yeah, but oh my god, man, I think that might be kind of fun to get a Superman with the Origins body
That'd
and a
be cool.
Wonder Woman. Ooh, that would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yes, yes, and but how about this? Like, just your thoughts on. I mean, because obviously the evergreens are gonna
Hold
probably
on a
get
sec. Hold on a sec.
yes. Hey,
Okay, what's up?
so here's just my question on the thought on the possibility of a Motu crossover with DC characters. That aside from all the evergreen characters like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and possibly uh, Lex Luthor and stuff,
Yeah,
I was thinking about the more obscure characters that could probably pop into this line. Just like for me, I would I would be surprised if we get a Motu version of Metamorpho.
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, especially with the part swaps and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, Metamorpho is probably a really good candidate for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Plastic Man would be a good candidate for that also.
You, if that were the case, they could probably make Metamorpho, and then later on, you grab some pieces and make a plastic man out of it. I'm just bringing up just random stuff. So
Yeah, that's very very random.
yes, yes. So anyway, but aside from that, you okay, dude?
Yeah.
So aside from that, I just noticed that Transformers they finally released pre-orders for Missing Link RC.
Oh yeah. That's kind of cool. I like that they're doing two different colorways.
Yes, let me just show a picture of it so we can get an idea. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Wow. There's a huge difference between like the prototype version versus the regular version,
Right.
or
The
the what would have been official release, or I guess show version.
yes, I think the most pleasant surprise I see with this figure is the fact that it actually has articulation.
Yeah.
I was led to believe it was going to be a brick.
Well, clearly they know what they're doing at Takara. I mean,
Right.
they've been making these toys for like how many years now?
I agreed, but it's just I was led to believe that based on the first prototype pictures, they're going to try to make it as authentically vintage as possible.
Well, true, but we've only ever seen one static picture of that prototype of RC,
Right.
so we don't know how articulated she would have been.
Fair
You know
enough.
what I mean?
But in any case, the price is $100, and
I thought it
personally,
was
I
89.
no 99. It's
Is it 99?
90. It's 98.99. But dude, it may as well be $100.
TS Source has it for 109.
109. Sheesh. Okay, over $100.
Heh. It makes
Yeah,
me wonder.
personally, it's a pass for me.
I mean, you know, I love the idea behind Missing Link. But yeah, their prices, they're a little expensive for me.
Yeah, to be honest, I was tempted to get the Sunstreaker, but
Yeah.
I decided to pass because like I looked at my list of what I want to get for this year, and I had to cut that figure out. So,
Yeah.
but but here's a good question. On the subject of missing link for Transformers, if you were to buy just one missing link figure, who would that be?
Uh
I think I have an
Soundwave?
idea who. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. So,
Like, what else am I gonna say?
in any case, for me, it would be my first Transformer I ever owned, which is
The
Trailbreaker.
Trailbreaker?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's because like the thing is, short story. I would say my dad bought me Trailbreaker. Like I remember
Yeah.
because because during a time when my dad was like visiting New York, and
Hmm.
because like I had my mother and I, like he was like living in Puerto Rico and stuff, and I remember whenever he came by to visit, he would buy me something, and just to, like spend time, having father son time.
Yeah.
And I remember one time we went to a store in Chinatown, and that was he bought me a Transformer there, and I just he literally was my first Transformer, and ever since then, I never looked back when it comes to Transformers.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, it would be Trailbreaker, Potbelly and all.
Yeah. Didn't you get like the blue Diaclone version though?
The Well, okay, the one that my dad got me was the blue Diaclone version. So like
Right.
so then again, like if I were to get Missing Link, he'll probably have to be the blue version.
Yeah. 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 It's so funny too because it's like my dad got me my first Transformer, and it was a Soundwave, but it wasn't even technically a Soundwave. It was a bootleg of Cassette Man.
Ah. So 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 like for you, it would probably have to get like the color version of that version of Soundwave.
Well, it's actually, believe it or not, it's still the same colors.
Hmm.
I think it's just a little bit darker,
Yes.
but it's pretty much the same colors. And it also came with, I think it came with Frenzy Rumble instead of like Ravage or Laserbeak.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Uh
Since
huh.
there's always that big debate, which one was Frenzy and which one was Rumble? If you remember when your dad got you that cassette, man.
Dude, Frenzy is red, Rumble is blue. That's it. That's
Gotcha.
it. Anyway, I managed to go onto Hobby Link Japan, and their prices are actually not bad. It looks like they're on sale.
They're like $90, about 90,
Uh,
round off to 90.
yeah, it's rounding up to 90, and they do have kind of like a pile of loot option sort of thing.
Ooh,
So yeah, you can get Arcee for a decent price.
and the one thing I keep forgetting to notice is that the pink RC has a more anime accurate face,
Yeah,
whereas the other RC is having more based. The face looks more based on the prototype toy, the vintage
right,
one. So
right. Wow, they got some good articulation. I mean,
exactly.
that's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty impressive. What is this? This something about the stickers.
Decals,
Yeah, I think there's like no, I think they're just pointing out that there's stickers.
right?
But what's interesting is that this whole thing,
Hmm.
like this is what normally is shown on the back on her back, but
Right,
there are early pictures and model sheets where this is on the front
right.
because it was based off this prototype,
Yes,
and they went along with that on this, which is kind of neat. Oh,
yes,
wait,
exactly.
hold on. This stupid thing had to show up at all times at this
Mm.
time. Anyway, yeah, this is pretty cool. Hey, look at
Aw,
that. She's just as tall as Hot Rod.
good, good. It'd be funny if they were out of scale.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, in comparison to the rest of the Transformers line, they're still kind of out of scale. But yeah,
That's what I mean. Like, it would have been funny if she was out of scale.
yeah. Oh, there's the Cordon and Sunstreaker. Look at that. Cliff Jumper's still in stock.
Mm.
Only $40.
I'm surprised they haven't released repaints yet.
I'm sure they will eventually.
Yes, yes, yes. Uh,
Anywho.
anyways, I would like to just bring up a personal figure that I'm looking forward to owning.
Mm-hmm.
It's from a independent line called Frazzeta Girls.
Okay.
It's based on the art of Frank Frazzetta. Let's see if I can get screen share. So far, the reveals are on Eamon Donahue's Facebook account.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, because he's one of the designers of the figure. So
Oh, really?
yes, and they're doing Frank Frazetta's interpretation of Conan. So
Oh, okay.
and if you remember that some of his most famous paintings were the ones that inspired Conan and He-Man, because like
Yeah.
so I'm personally excited because I've always been a fan of barbarians and stuff. So to get
Right.
and as well as Frank Frazetta's art, because man, his art is so inspiring. So we got like some pictures of the Conan figure that's going to be up for pre-order in March.
Right.
So here's one of the pictures they got with the helmet, and mostly at the moment they mostly had pictures of the. Let me see if I can. Nope, not there. Let's see. There, we got a picture of that showing
Okay.
like the back detail. Like you see, like it's got like how they sculpted. The sculpting is amazing, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Very detailed.
exactly. Let me see if I can find other pictures. See, there. Look at that, man. Look at the shield, the detailing, and everything.
That's pretty cool. And
Mm-hmm.
this is 112, so that's a 6 inch figure? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a 6 inch figure.
yes, true.
A
But
6 inch scale.
from
Yeah.
last time I saw pictures of a comparison of the figure
Yeah.
from other just the prototypes. So the figure, even though he's meant to be a 112 figure, he's tall enough to look like an average 7-inch figure.
Yeah.
So like for a 112 scale, he's going to be huge, but for a
Yeah.
7-inch shelf, he looks average, which is not bad. It just means that he could fit in anybody's shelf.
Right.
So I am so excited for this figure, man.
I mean, yeah, it looks cool. Looks cool. I like how they kind of tried to hide the joints,
Yes. Yes,
you
if you
know,
look right here, let's see. You see where my mouse
with the
is?
shoulder.
Yes, that shoulder. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but the thing is, this joint is being covered by the arm, the
By
shell
the
of his arm.
deltoids.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
absolutely. It's just the only downside. It depends if you want to say it's a downside. He doesn't have double jointed elbows, but I'm okay with it because, to be honest, I feel double jointed elbows. The way the arm has to be designed, there has to be enough space from the bicep to make it have be double jointed. because like I actually look at my Masterverse figures, and if you look at the way the way this arm looks, the bicep looks almost like a triangle. So
Hmm.
like and if you notice they won't do it with that's why I'm okay with the arms not being double jointed.
Yeah,
But I'm happy that the knees are double jointed.
yeah, yeah. I'm thinking, yeah, because you would need more flexibility
Yes.
with the knees than with the elbows.
Right, right. But yeah, so excited for this figure. Uh, I'm hoping that future releases from Frazzeta Girls would be Death Dealer, if anything else, man.
Yeah, I mean that'd be pretty cool. Everyone loves that dealer. It's been copied so many times.
Yes, yes.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, come on,
Yeah,
man. He's as far as barbarians are concerned, he's like a figurehead of it to a degree, other than Conan.
yeah, yeah. He's definitely a goat.
Oh boy. So with that said, is there anything else you want to bring up? Because we covered just about everything on the list.
Uh, is there anything else? I don't think so. I mean, with Toy Fair coming out, like it's been pretty quiet as far as announcements.
Right, right. Oh, well, we can at least talk about the next episode then. I mean, for not what the next episode will be in our next recording, which is we're gonna be talking because the thing is like, granted, the first two episodes we were talking about toys, but when we call ourselves the D Cut Fandom, we don't just cover toys on our favorite things. We talk about movies and cartoons and TV shows. So if I'm not if I'm not mistaken, next week we're going to be talking about the full season of Invincible season 3. So
Right, which means I've got some TV to catch up on.
oh, definitely. Well, so far I've seen every episode to date, and man, it's amazing. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I got some TV to catch up on.
Yeah. Well, we got plenty of time, man.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, on that note, I guess we're calling it for today.
Yes.
Um, Stay tuned for the next episode, and everyone, stay nerdy.